Hello, and finally some Kenshi. Oh man, I've missed Kenshi. It's been far too long. Oh, you think you're just heading out on Darius? That's unfortunate. You're gonna miss the building of Furcatraz here. Did I just... Yeah, I did. Working at the hour mark. Oh, that's unfortunate, man. That's really unfortunate. For you that is. I get to enjoy some. I won't be going for long. I'll probably stop just as JJ starts. So it'll only be like another hour and a half. Oh, did I just... Oh yeah. That was me trying to scroll about there, wondering why it was stopped. Right, I have absolutely no clue where I left off. Do I have people? Is everyone here? I don't see any dots anywhere else, so everyone must be here. I have no one else floating about any of the trader cities. People are knocked out, or sleeping, or hungry, or... Oh wait, no, we were carrying them, we were getting them leveled up, I think. Fine. Or were you just carrying Nitro, because, you know, Nitro's used to being carried after all, let's be honest. How's he doing for strength? Oh man, I have no idea. Like, it's been like a month or something. I have no idea what people are, like, what I was doing, or where I had left off. I know, for one, this isn't good. This single entrance into the base, that's shameful. But this should be just a wee chill one, not anything crazy. We need to build up the base before we can do anything, because this base is going to get absolutely bombarded. Yeah, when I take on the Holy Nation, who I believe are already hostile now, because I accidentally gave the Bugmaster to the wrong person, so automatically just made them hate me. Right, so got building supplies here, we've got plates here, iron, tons of building supplies, tons of plates. What are these things needing? They are needing plates and electrical components. I think we've got the worker Bleak, who's engineer. He's just running around doing all the building. It's only right that the furries exterminate the god-fearing Holy Nation. Yeah, the rise of the furries. Let's see some of our furries. We've got Alpha's girlfriend here, which I imagine is... If Alpha could pull a girl as good looking as that, I would be honestly impressed. And you've got Alpha himself, who's massive, as you know, the King Furry himself. Oh man, it's exactly how I imagine he looks in real life. The base, yeah, the base is we moved from the wee crappy one over here. Because we had been there for so long, it did start to also kind of bug out a little. But the goal is to eventually have most of this little island under control, extend the walls out, and control this, and have like a certain spot where the enemies have to like come in through the water, and we can shoot them in the water. Welcome, Bodachi. But yeah, that'll be probably today. I don't know if I'll be able to get it all done that quick. I would like to get all this stuff done. You've been promoted from the shit fighters, I believe, to some of the elite, because you're actually not bad now. In the 40s, got all the cool gear. You're still running around with your severed leg, of course, Jake, because you're not gonna let it go. You never let anything go. When you get crippled by a beak thing because you are just not quite able to beat that beak thing, What's that? What is that there? Oh well. Right, now, where's the people that get killed, or not killed, but get hurt by the rain? Because occasionally it rains, and the rain is acid, which is not great for people's health if they don't have protection. Right, that's what I was doing. I was putting stuff in storage, and I was building storage. Who can help Bleak? Left, how good's he with? Oh, he's a labourer. Look for anyone with even the tiniest little bit in engineering, which would be Taciturn. You can help engineer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill... Oh crap, he's got a bunch of junk in him as well. We'll give that to the freaks. Open him up. And just dump all this in. Loads of legs for some reason. For some reason we have loads of legs. I don't know why I would need loads of legs, you know. Don't know what would cause someone to require to be re-legged. Ah, welcome. Morning, Baron, and hello again, Emily. So start on getting all this. Get him building this. I forget what this was even going to be. I'm going to make it storage. I think it should be storage. I think I was also trying to concentrate on getting that, because power is a big issue here, because there's not a lot of wind, which is surprising, because you're right next to the freaking ocean. And as someone who's, you know, studying this kind of crap, these do very well next to oceans. I know. I've got like 900 or so hours on this. I do know all the little things. If I'm doing something that isn't, let's say, kind of as efficient as it could be, or min-maxed, it's just stubbornness and pig-headedness. Yeah, I loved this. I played the crap out of this before I had started streaming it as well. I think I was at like 800 hours when I had actually started to stream it. Why do I have Emily in my back? Just carrying her about like a creep. She's probably hungry. Yeah, she's getting hungry. Cause I mean, it's a if you know what you're doing, it's a great game. I did say, like, when you had get put to play this, like, it was just such a god-awful idea. Because, I mean, even if this was the kind of thing that you would like, trying to get you to learn it in 2 hours, that's ridiculous. There's so much in this game. It's so complex. A lot of it's kind of complex and rough, and it's really hard to learn. And you're not going to learn it all in 2 hours. You're not going to have a clue what to do. And you're going to fail. To play this, you're going to fail consistently as well. Like, it's going to be not... Some people, they would go like 10 games of playing this and still be dying consistently at the beginning. Because that's pretty important in this. Getting your ass kicked is an important part of playing this game. Which, you know, kind of sounds stupid, but that's how it is. And it's smart for him to actually be given everything and then put all the plates in at one time. Why is he going so slow? He's building that one, that's why. Don't know if he's building slower because he's got no light, maybe? No. I mean, it's day, so for some reason everywhere's just got light inside. Yeah, there is a lot of obtuse BS that's under the hood that you kind of... until you actually know the game. Yeah, the start was... yeah, it's still the same start, and there was a lot of people that died at the beginning, which I love. The fact, like, that was why I picked Kenshi as my first one, because I wanted to have like a continuous kind of cycle of people in and out, like kind of like XCOM, or the Xenonauts playthrough, for instance. because that was cool. And we did get that. We had multiple people die. I'm pretty sure even my guys died. We had 5 or 6 every stream that had died. Obviously now that we're kind of souped up, we've got our experienced kind of core group that are decent fighters, decent stats, so they can kind of win us through the rougher fights. Now where's Taciturn? Are you actually building? What were you building up there? You were building the wee ones. That's what it was. I'd focused on buying some or building some smaller ones, because those are the ones that actually generate like decent power. Like, they're making me 24. These big ones are making me 18. But these ones will make me consistently that kind of amount. These ones will fluctuate. Sometimes they'll be nothing. Sometimes they'll be quite high. For here, for some reason, this region is just really bad for wind. Right, that's a turn. Are you waiting on anything? You're waiting on... What are you waiting on? What are you doing? What are you doing? So these all have iron plates. I think that's the problem. I think he's... No? He needs 5 iron plates. What are you doing, Taciturn? That was just really weird. Fill them up in iron plates and get them working. It might be pathfinding. Most of the time in this game, if there's an issue, it's probably the pathfinding. Can we go over here? Yeah, I think it was just pathfinding that was making them have trouble get to that. Which should more or less mean that he's able to build up the stuff now. I don't know how my wee guy's getting that up to me. He's just, like using his telekinesis to grab it from the box miles away. Because after we've got this kind of code done, I want one of them building here and one of them starting to expand all these walls out, because this is quite cramped. This is super cramped. And I don't like that. I like to have plenty of space. I like to have like wee housing areas and stuff, even though there's not absolutely no use for it. I like it to look nice. I also need, very importantly, to have an actual base defense point set up. So like, see these wee bits here? They're not massively raised, but every bit of elevation gives you bonus for crossbows and that kind of stuff. So you want to have crossbows and everything set up in, like, for instance, walls that are set up on higher points, and you can build, where are they, watchtowers. So obviously, look how high that is. That's gonna, you can put a crossbows at the top of that, which is great for extra damage. Which I plan to put one there, and I'll have my entrance here, or at least one of them. Because I always do a kind of airlock system, just so that if they do get through one set, they've got to fight a big pitched battle in the centre while being crossbowed. It will be glorious, and it's terrifying because the Holy Nation are pretty strong. I'm pretty sure I've got stuff in the mod that I've got I'd made that make them just a little bit tougher to fight. It increases their why are they not building that? That's really weird. That's why my place isn't big enough yet. So see how over here in this wall it says town nowhere, but over here it says Furcatraz. It should say Furcatraz everywhere, but my base isn't where it's centered, because it's like it's got like a peg that has a radius around it, and everything in that radius is considered mine, which means it contributes to the power, the battery charging, that kind of stuff. Anything outside it though is considered just random nothingness. So I need to build stuff to expand it, but it's because it's a circle, like it's probably been placed here, and it has a radius to keep the edge of that wall in, but means that everything over here is kind of out of the radius now. So I just need to build up more to get more stuff in that radius, which is a pain, which is a big pain. It should be fine, but I'm pretty sure. No. one of them. Control Shift F12? That was one of the F12s. Give me a second. There we go, that's it. Shift F12 for it. So it's like put the peg right in the centre of the base, which means that anything I build out here is considered mine, but if that circle, it kind of cuts off these. This is probably now considered part of mine because I've started to build up that house a little bit more, and everything you build in it makes the circle go out. I can move that circle, but it's best not to because it kind of fucks with things pretty badly. Oh man, I'll never played the, I think it was Stronghold 1, and I love Stronghold 1. That kind of, like, tower defence games were never my kind of thing, but that kind of defence game was my kind of thing, just building up and letting them all come in waves and waves after you, and you've got an economy to the tower defence kind of. I know it's not a tower defence game, Stronghold, but I mean, it kinda is. But that's the ones that I enjoyed. Yeah, that's why I love Kenshi, especially building a base here, because I can make it like that. I can make it like a fort with like a moat and stuff. Like that's like a giant moat around my town castle here. It's pretty cool. This is the thing that hooked me. It's the base building. For all the base building looks kind of, it's still really fun, and especially when the people are attacking you and trying to take it from you. Because like here you don't get it, but like random groups will come for your base and they only want your base. Some of them want to raid it. They'll go in and they'll take all your food and kill all your people. I could get, they probably will at some point, because I plan to kill at least the main guy of the Holy Nation and some of the nobles up here. That's my kind of win condition. So if I kill I plan to kill the guy I'm already hostile with now first, which means his nation's constantly going to be sending attacks, and when they do, I'm going to have like a group here defending and a group going out to kill all the nobles, and after I kill that first noble, they'll be sending guys to come and get me, and the base will get doubled down on for attacks. Now what kind of rain is this? I don't think it says. It says somewhere. Probably on me. Nope. See, I've absolutely forgotten what the hell goes on in this game. Because it should tell you if it's like raining or whatever. It's acid rain. No. We'll send Cook. Cook's outside and he's not burning to death. So it's not acid rain. There are a lot of them, sire. Right, so that's still considered nowhere now. That's super annoying. Do I have... yeah, that's really annoying. Yeah, I think it's... most of them do have a gear that stops them. Like, this has got ridiculous protections like acid 95%, so just that helmet alone, he could wear that helmet and pretty much be immune to the acid while being completely naked, everything underneath it. Guess it's like an umbrella or something. Right, so we're starting to really get some good power in. Are these still going? Yeah, see, they'll always be around about 25 even if there's like no proper wind. So them alone will do most of the kind of heavy lifting for the power production. Right, where is Bleak? Bleak's got the good backpack, I think, for actual building. Right, he does. So if I fling all that there, and he's got no room. Taciturn, you as well. I'm fairly sure building this up will increase it at least a little. That's one of the few issues I have, is just how bad that thing bugs out. Like, it makes sense to place the centre of my town in the centre there. It would cover absolutely everything I've built, but it places it all the way over here, which means I've got all this stuff considered mine, but my actual base isn't considered mine, which is, it's a kind of downer to it, because it's a good system other than that, honestly. Just send you back. Use two together should have enough, and then after that I'm going to start building some more stuff around here, and that should, because the more you build in the centre of the circle, the bigger the circle will get, so eventually it will kind of even out. But early on, if you're doing a big long base like this, it's just so bad. Now, unfortunately, no one's going to be training or doing anything like that right now because of this. But I'm okay with that. What am I doing right now? Right, yeah, should be building them. Right, and they've went and done it again. Because they're set, because there's a storage for building materials, they will consistently try, if they don't see anything that needs being built, they'll go straight to that and place anything that can be stored in there back in there. Right, he needs 6. He's got 5, because of course he has 5. Food production, I am not sure. I think it's doing well, but I've got no real clue. In fact, was that what that was? Oh no, I don't have any food production. Yeah, that's what it is. I've got a bunch of food in Ruru, just ready to go. But yeah, why are these people knocked out? Yeah, why are you knocked out? Put him down. Put him down. Put him down. Put him down and put him down. Pretty sure they get beat up in a fight coming over here. That's why they're all like that. Imagine being organic and needing food. Yeah, that's what I love about the robots. They don't need food. They just plod along and do what they're told. Like, your job is to be a walking refrigerator, taciturn. Yeah, I'm pretty sure at some point I did have that. I had a scaly with all the stuff in the back. Oh, that's another thing I need to get out of you. AI cores. Just making sure no one else is getting any important stuff on them. They have good equipment because they're the builders of the equipment, and if they don't have any equipment, they'll automatically equip it. And plus it's good to have some, like, they're super important. It takes a long time to get them leveled to that kind of armour smithing and weapon smithing, so it's really stupid to not have them protected, especially if you've got the ability to have that spare stuff anyway. And I mean, we're flush. Like, I could probably equip all these fighters with that as well, but I like to have a group that isn't quite as good, because I don't want everyone just running around in super overpowered armour. That's going to take the fun out of it. Don't want there to be no chance of people dying. What's the fun in that? Then I can't laugh at yous when yous die. Or lose limbs. Which is always a thing. Now, honestly, there's a chance that might never actually become part of the town, which is kind of annoying. Right, Bleak, you're good at building, so go out here with all your stuff. Put that behind them. Now that wall's not going to be there, and I would like to be a house here What kind of house though? Snail house. That's a kind of barn, not a barn, like an inn type. So I'm going to have a snail house here. And that's going to be where all the food and that goes. So start building that. How much is that? 40? You've got more than enough to get that done. Over here, just start building away. Just to actually go into it. And anything he places in it, am I close enough to do it? Nah, damn, that's a shame. I only picked up 4 anyway. Don't want any of this open to the public because then random people that come to the town will want to jump in it. I don't want that. I missed the battle. Was that him just getting? Yeah, he was knocked out, which is fine because he's a worker. He shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff, right? These guards, I don't want these guards doing this stuff. Or you doing that stuff. Or you doing that stuff. That's what I've got the workers for, and now the workers are actually up, so you don't have any jobs. Get him doing that. And you two as well, you shouldn't be doing that, Joanna and Hoovy. Because yous are elite fighters, you're not just fighters, you're elite fighters. So now these workers that don't have anything to do can get to actually working. Where's the other one? ICPT. And they're actually good at that job, so they should be flinging everything in here much quicker. You go over here, get more stuff to build. I would open the gate still, but those damn bloody crabs keep on coming up and smacking people. Let's see who's in Charlie. Jingo. Let's see Jingo go kill one. Avenge the people that keep on getting knocked down. In fact, did Jingo not die at one point? So that's the newer Jingo, I believe. I think the old Jingo, yeah, the old Jingo got eaten. Let's go have him 1v1 a crab. Will they build that? So they put 2 at a time. That's super annoying. Come on, crab man. Because he's in the water, he's letting him come to him. Because if it's high enough water that he's gonna... Oh, no, that's bad. Oh, he's stuck. Bleak's just gonna pop him. Let's see Jingo. How's Jingo doing? Not a hit against him yet. Come on, Jingo. You've got this. It's just a crab. You can beat a crab, surely. Yeah, like that would be doing 50. That would be doing like a third of his limb damage if he didn't have my good armor on. Are you still up? You're not gonna attack. That's fine. And now put some meat. Give that to the animals. There is also the other meat there for the animals. There's only one, and I can't cook it, so I don't really tend to pick it up often. You know, get the you've got priorities, wee man. Just get to building. Jingo will kill this. Oh, 2v1. Jingo's got this, surely. He's got a heavy weapon. Oh, Bleak was working next to it. They've got area of effect attacks, which kind of hit. They're kind of like crappy spiders, like the what they called spiders, skeleton spiders. Yeah, he's just working away. He doesn't care. He's got a job to do. He doesn't care about spiders and crabs and that kind of crap. Right, where's the... There we go. Has that extended enough to get that yet? Nope, still not. Now, wondering where that actually properly stops. Right, Jingo, there's another one for you to go beat up. That's one of the issues I have up here. Just the amount of crap. They just don't stop. They just do not stop until you've got this fully walled up. They'll just keep on spawning and keep on coming. Morning, JJ. Little lazy bugger. What's that, like 11 o'clock you're getting up? That's ridiculous. Shameful. Is he actually helping? That's the thing? Yeah, he should. That's why it's gone up so quick. It's a shame. It's so shameful. It's going well. We've just started to work in the base again. You know, while he's here, he might as well start helping out. Yeah. Should probably rush to get the walls up actually instead of doing the building. But I want this building so that I can get the cook in it, so we can start cooking, because we're maxing out on the storage for the food, I believe. Where was it? Or wait, was I not just getting them all big enough that they could? No, I do have storage here for the food, yeah. I'm starting to get quite full up with that. Only putting in 2 at a time. Do my bloody box in. Because he's got enough to actually do it properly. Yeah, after this is up, I'm going to extend the walls. Is he even building properly? No, he didn't have anything in his bag, that's why. Right, so 36. No way in hell was that enough to actually build up all the walls, which is a bit annoying. But here we go. Building, nope. Walls. Who would have guessed that walls are located in walls? Now, remembering the buttons. Tiny bit more. There we go. It's best to see all the wee arrows there for that one. That'll cost me 2, 4, 6 building supplies to get that up, or 3 if I do it like that. So I know what one I do. Now over here, I have to make sure that there's no gaps, because if there's gaps that they can get under it, they will get under it, which is incredibly annoying. There we go. As much as I would like this wee bit here, I can't. Come on. There we go. And just straight across right to it. I'll probably have to do it to here. So JJ, have you calmed down about your fatwa yet? Are you still planning to declare war on all us euros? Oh no, that's bad. Or shall the fatwa be never ending? Of course not. Yeah, imagine calming down. Imagine being, you know, diplomatic. Why would you do that? Not when you were so hard done by with that. I mean, you have recovered, haven't you? I'm fairly sure you've recovered at least. That should be up there. Oh, this is super messy looking. Don't like how bad this looks. There we go. No, it's not possible to do land recovery, unfortunately, which would be kind of cool, but I understand why they can't. It's a bit advanced. Like, this wasn't a really, like, high budget game, honestly. when they made it. I think it was a really small wee team that actually made this game. Here is outer wall number 1. I would like thingy in that side as well, but no, it's all going to be in that side. Come on, there we go. Nah, I don't like that. I don't like most of this actually, I'll be honest. Yeah, get the fuck. That's terrible. I'll have recovered when every Dutch and Croat has repented. The game runs. It does run really well for like how much it's going on. Sometimes it will have big dips, but honestly, like it is prone to crash as well though. That's one issue I have with it. It crashes a lot, but and you can get occasional kind of really bad slowdown. But for what it's doing, for what it's having to go through, I really don't blame it, honestly. It's got a lot to process and deal with at once. And for the wee tiny team that made it, like, it's impressive. It's real impressive. Great. Just straight up that way. Come on, turn. There we go. Can I get that? Is that going to be a pain with the water? Who cares? Do that should be fine. And do that so it's not a crazy big turn. Yeah, going at it from this way is much better. That means I can get this a wee bit better as well. And they shouldn't be able to go up that like a spider or anything. Right. Come on. And just lower you down. Lower you down. That should be fine. Let me check the back. Yep, the back all touches, so it should be fine. And that's a 5-piece. There's going to be a wee bit of wall here that's not going to be. In fact, I can fix that. I know I can fix that. I did not mean to fix that. Crap. There we go. And then lower it down just to make sure. There we go. And there we go, and then have it. Yeah, that one's super messy if I do it that way. It needs to be more level. Ground is level. Well, I'll confirm that. And then once I delete this bit, I'll fix that bit. There we go. No fat am I calling for the heads. Yeah, see you later, Andaris. Have a good one. I mean, I think the Ferrarans were as instrumental in the actual winning of the battle, where like they didn't really do anything. They seen their allies having trouble. They stepped in and they went, you know what? I've got you, man. Oh crap! That's a turn. That's bad. And you just run away as well. Are you able to heal yourself up? I really hope you do, because I can't be able to get anyone else to come over and help you. I wonder where my town actually is located in the centre now. Yeah. That's still considered nowhere. Is that considered nowhere? No. Yeah, that's the border here again still. It's annoying as hell. In fact, you run over here and go get more supplies. Because there should be a bunch of building supplies now. There you go. Get over there, start building. Jingle, you're taking an awful long time to kill some bloody oversized crabs. They do still have to die, but there's no malice. I mean, you're talking about killing Croatia and Ferrara here, buddy. Like, I don't think you realise just how much Ferrara did for me. You know, getting myself built up. So, like, I'm gonna have to step in if you're going up against them here. And hello, Erkran. It's going well. You know, we're building a wee thing. I actually haven't checked and made sure that I can actually fit a watchtower in here now that I think about it. Watchtower. That's not great. Angle on that's also not very great. Yeah, that's a good shot. Get rid of you. I haven't built any of it yet. Get rid of you. If I might go make that go in a lot further as well. I have investments in Scotland and Ferrara as well, and a businessman must protect his assets. Tree getting in the way. I mean, you say that, Hoovy, but like, everything you've invested into me, you've got back. As far as I'm concerned, we are very much even at this moment. I mean, if you've got something to offer me, you know, I'll be very much willing to hear what your offer is. But I don't think you realise just how much trouble you're in, Hoovy. Because every time I've started up that MP, the test one, 5 years down the line, 5-10 years down the line, I'm getting a call to defend you against France. And France is a very big guy. I mean, I'll be honest, when it comes to allies, I will stick my head out incredibly far with the risk of it getting chopped off if I believe that person is, one, helped me unconditionally. For me, that's the important part. If a guy doesn't need to help you and helps you anyway, you don't owe him anything, but you should. It never gets chopped off, Jake. I do fine. I pick my allies very wisely, and when it comes to it, I size them up very well. If I think that they're gonna betray me, I've already got stuff. Like I've already got my plans for how to deal with each person if they decide, you know what, I'm gonna start, like, I'm gonna renege on my deals. I'm gonna go for that person. I've already got it for every person, even my most steadfast of allies, because it's stupid not to. I hope that I never ever have to put any of that into practice, but you should always have it. You should never have that just absolute blind trust. You know, you should have trust. You should always have trust with your allies, but never blind. Never have some some plan in the back burner to make sure that you're kind of safe. You're altering the deal you came to. Of course, I'll pay you back. That's what I said. I'd pay you, but I didn't literally mean I will give you every penny you give me back. I mean, like, you're in the mainland. You're sitting at the head. Like, you're the target of a coalition of a 5-6 right now. Like, every time you call me in, like, are you gonna give me money every time I have to come help you in a war now? Is that what you're saying, or do you expect that for free? Because you expect that for free. You expect the help in war for free, but any penny you get comes with a price tag at the end of it as well. Which, you know, when you're sitting on one of the, in fact, I think it's the most profitable trade node, and you're like, oh no, you know, I'll use poor guys, I'll give you money. Yeah, of course, I've got hundreds of money, I don't need it, but I want it back. You know, what's the point in giving your poor guys who can't make money money if you immediately want it back or you want it back. It's a much smarter way to go about things, being like, I've got money, I don't have a lot of land to expand to, AE is a big issue for me. So logically, I'll give you so much money, if you take land in the, if I give you land in the HRE, you take the brunt of the AE and then sell it to me. I then get land, I can expand, I get stronger, and all it cost me was some ducats that I had no real use for. I mean, yeah, you're probably going to argue you've always got use for ducats, but when you're sitting with 1,000 and all your provinces have marketplaces, temples, that kind of stuff, what do you need it when your allies are sitting there like a -5? Like, I went into Dennis's nation, he's -5 ducats right now. Like, that's crazy. And you're sitting there with like +8 or something. I mean, I'm also plus in my ones, but that's because I don't quite have my army fully built up yet. I've still got to kind of double it. Dennis is sitting with 2 level 2 advisors. Dennis can't afford 1 level 1 advisor right now, but he's sitting with 2. Well, he can't afford 1 level 2 advisor, never mind 2, and he's got both of them. And he's got a level 2 military advisor that is saving him 10% in his army. His army is 5 ducats. He's spending 5.5 ducats to save himself 0.5 ducats. No, you're not getting at all what I'm getting at, Hoovy. You should never have to pay your allies to come help you in a war. You should never have to say, give me this and I will come help you, money-wise. You shouldn't expect having strong, loyal allies doing well is important for you. Unless you see them as enemies. If that's how you see them, keeping them down is good. And that's what it looks like to us. It looks like you're trying to keep us down. That's not very ally-like. That might not be your intention, but that's how it comes across. Which is why people are now like, you know, that's kind of snaky of you. Like, that's not very loyal of you. I mean, there's only one man streaming. If you think that this is only me that's having this issue right now, you are more than welcome to think that way, buddy. I guess I just look at allies a little differently than you do. You look at them as, you know, tools to be used. I look at them as friends that can help me just as much as I'm helping them, even if I have to help them first. Which is, unfortunately for me, my start was hard. My start was probably the hardest of anyone, which meant I had to rely heavily on allies. And see, for all you're saying, oh, I gave you ducats, you didn't even give me close to the most of ducats. It was Dennis who went into debt to make sure I was good. And Darius. I started as the Isles. So I had 6 dev. Hoovy started as Holland, and Darius started as Wolgast, Dennis started as Ferrara. All these people, much more economically sound. Like, they're all very, very much making profit. I start off losing money. I make 3 ducats as the Isle when you start, or something like that. I don't even think it's 3 ducats. And normally it's fairly easy to kind of get free if England rival Scotland or Scotland rivals England, but none of them did it. In fact, England actually allied Scotland, which meant I couldn't use the strat that I normally do, because I'm always going to have to go to war with France to get my independence, because France always guarantees Scotland. And I could deal with France and Scotland easily with just me, honestly. If I had friends that sent me navy and sold me their navy and funded the over the force limit, I could easily beat both of them. I've done it multiple times in test games. It wasn't hard. But with England there and allying Scotland, it meant that there was always 34, 35. You turn over a new leaf. I do remember everyone deserves a second chance. I do. And honestly, that's mostly what the people saying, like, you know, it's a wee bit kind of dodgy. They're not going, oh, I'm going to do all this as an excuse to turn on you the next time we play. That's not the way people look at it, because, you know, you did still help. The way we look at it is, like, we want you to be helpful and strong and do well, because you're with us. You're part of our alliance. Just kind of felt like it was very much, you were out for yourself. It very much showed that you were out for yourself at the start, and it was like, you know, if you're only ever thinking of us as like, what can I get from you? Like, that's not someone you want as your ally. I mean, Dennis gave me more than you did. And did you hear Dennis once ask me for anything? Because I don't remember Dennis asking me for anything. I remember what debt? You were Holland. And the bit where you were like, oh, you haven't, like, I doubt you've sent as many gifts as I have. And I literally have I've sent twice as many gifts. Because almost everything I've made from my pirate raiding, I've gave out to my allies because they needed it. You know, they didn't want it, they needed it. There was a big difference. Obviously, you haven't seen much of that. You've only seen what you've asked for back from me. But that's because, you know, one, you don't need it. You just don't. And honestly, you know, the way you kind of went on, you don't really deserve it either. Oh man, that's super bad. I'm gonna double back like that. God, this looks worse than the first time, honestly. I wish you could have joined as well. I was happy getting that back. I don't need that much of ducats from you. I mean, you didn't need the ducats that I gave you back anyway. You didn't need them. At no point have you ever needed ducats from your allies. There was one point where, like, it straight up angered me that you did it. You turned around to who was it? It was Pizza, right? And went to him, I'll join you, but I want 200 ducats. You know, you're at no fret. You had no worry from joining them. It was literally just to help out an ally. And immediately you were thinking, how much can I get from my ally for it? That's the kind of, yeah, but that's the only one you feel bad about. But see, almost every time you've asked for money, that's pretty much how it's been. Like, you've not needed it, you've done it to basically bleed your ally, whether you've meant it or not. Which is, you know, it's, if that's, you know, plan to give it back and all that. But the fact that you would take it in the first place, it leaves a sour taste in people's mouth when they talk about you after that, because that was shady. And the fact that you even know yourself it was shady, like, you should never have done that. That was silly. Because all it does is it makes you look bad. It makes you look like a guy that's only out for himself. Like, for instance, I have never you sound like Jake, right? Look, Jake's admiring you. You're the one in the wrong. That should be the biggest flag in the world. Got to spend money to make money. See, when you're sitting on +7 ducats and then you turn around to a guy and go, yeah, give me 200 ducats to help you, even though I can get money from looting cities and stuff. That was silly. I'm glad I get Pirate Republic, and I don't need to ever ask you for a penny again. Every penny I get goes to me or goes to the people that, will have my back. I'm glad I did. I'm glad we did. I'm glad it's sinking in that, you know what? Maybe allies are more important than money when you're facing down 70,000, 80,000 French in the next few years, because that's coming. France hates you. France absolutely hates you because you're Protestant, and I'm Protestant, because they don't hate me. They kind of like me, but they're still not a fan of me, which is unfortunate because I kind of need them for my missions. It makes it a lot cheaper to take the land in England. Oh, I tell you something, man. Thank God that Ireland player's a good guy. Like, he could have absolutely wiped me out. He's not really able to now. I'm a bit too strong for that. But he could have just, went, you know what? Yeah, he really could have shafted me, and he didn't. He had my back. Out of nowhere, he sent a stack to help me kill my rebels. I could have killed them. They were a bit rough. There was a wee bit it was like right in the edge of my force limit, as I lost a lot of manpower doing it. And he out of nowhere just asked for military access, sent his troops in, and see that kind of stuff. See, as much as asking for that 200 ducats is put a bad that kind of civil due. See, when he did that the moment he did that, I just went, that's somebody that I can appreciate being an ally. Like, that's someone any thought of being you know what, maybe I should kill this Ireland player down the line. That went out the door. No, I couldn't do that. Imagine being that guy. Imagine being the Kaiser, just shafting a guy that literally saves you. That's just evil. Yeah, show the rat how it's done. Exactly. I mean, his interests and my interests are completely different areas. I am very much mainland and expanding. I've got no interest in colonising whatsoever, and he's got a lot of interest in colonising, and he wants Portugal and that kind of stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I can help you get Portugal, and I can help you fund your colonism. That's fine. Oh yeah, the England guy, yeah. I mean, that's what I did when we went into the Adricord MP, and I seen he had let you live basically. I'm like, right, Kaiser, he's a threat, but he's in a lot of trouble. Get the goodwill with him, and that threat is someone that's going to be there to help if people came over, people tried to trouble us. So I was like, right, I'll do that. I'll send him help. I'll send him all the money. I'll get him out of all his debt, and I'll send stuff in to help with his rebel problem, and then he'll be indebted. I won't need to worry about someone coming in my back door and just wrecking me. And then obviously I told the English guy when I gave him back his country, Netherlands are coming for you. They want the English Channel. They want all that stuff. Whenever you see them building up a navy, or Norway, because Norway want you as well, increase your building up and get ready for it. Get ready for them to try land. And he goes, keep Ireland in good graces. Keep looking out for him, and keep good relations with Pizza and JJ, because they will be the next people that need to fight Adri. And he didn't even respond. And then he came in the next day, or the next MP, and just got his country absolutely wrecked because of it. That one, I don't blame you for betraying him, because he was just really bad. Even as an ally, I wouldn't want him as an ally, because he was absolutely useless. It's all good and well having allies, but see if they're absolutely terrible, there's absolutely no reason to keep them, or to have it, unless you've got a friendship with them outside, and even then you should never do that, because that's just silly. I just weakened you. Right, how the fuck do I swivel it? There we go. Random insult. Oh, that one was a wee bit rough. I was thinking of my head there. That would have been a wee bit too nasty. When in doubt, move over to the New World. Yeah, I mean, the New World is really good to expand to. Trying to think of a good insult. Man, I need to increase. I might need to just remove it. I'm just too nice now. My nastiness is just not in me. Completely blank now. Right, how the hell am I gonna get my wall to go? That's another problem I have with this. Like, when I get the wall, I attach it to here, it comes out the wrong way round. Like, I need it to go that way. Which means I'm probably going to have to go all the way round, which is annoying as hell. Oh no, you're still getting it. You're still getting it. Where am I building on my base? I'm Furcatraz, which is, there's like a bunch of islands here. They've got like acid rain occasionally, that's the only real threat. Avenue, in a world of dark youngs, you are the Baron. No. No, that one was rubbish, I don't like that one. Although it did also kinda insult Baron, which is always a bonus for an insult. But it feels very much like punching down. Double insult. Yeah, I could have just went for the easy one that, you know, the one I always give to all the streamers. You smell, you suck. Yeah, I've also whittled away from going for the you smell, because people, you know, you smell isn't inherently an insult. People take it as an insult, I'm guessing, just because people naturally smell bad, I'm guessing. Because, I mean, you smell like, oh, thank you, smell nice. Don't say what you smell of. Like if I was to say you smell of shite, aye, yeah, that's somewhat of an insult, I'll be honest. Man, having to go all the way around like some sort of scrub. What is this? Go into the water a wee bit so I don't have a wee hole in my base. There we go. There we go. You smell like JJ. Oh man, anything that compares you to JJ in any way is kind of an insult. Although people say that JJ is now no longer the person that you go for the easy insult, honestly. Because, I mean, how can it not be Kaiser? No, Kaiser, Baron. Like, how can one man prove himself to be just so inept? How is it possible? I don't understand. JJ has not beat the Turk. The Turk man is still admittedly stronger than him. I mean, I don't think he wants to beat the Turk man. I think he wants to ally the Turk man, but I'm pretty sure after the MP unpauses, he's going to be rivaled by the Turk man, which is kind of rough when you've used him as a crutch the entire match to then be like, oh, it turns out the big guy wants to eat me now. Right, how do I level that out again? Is this way? There we go. Put that there, and that will cover put some of them up there so we can get that door, and also I'm going to put a door here. Europe, you know, it is a hug box, honestly. Unfortunately for Europe, everyone who get put there happened to be like, you know, fairly good friends, I would say, outside the MP. which has made it kind of hard for the whole, needing to kill each other. I mean, we will have to fight probably eventually at some point, I'm guessing. But I mean, if it can be avoided as best as kind of possible, then yeah. Can put that there. I don't like that there. That's really crap, that one, but fuck it. Oh no, I just broke it. There we go. God, this looks terrible, this wall. Oh, it looks even worse, Jesus Christ. I shouldn't even say Jesus Christ. He's clearly not watching if he's allowing this kind of thing. Yeah. Killing Kaiser, he's not gonna have any allies. See, anyone who goes to Kaiser and is like, oh, you want to team up, you want to be friends, they're mentally unstable. They should seek help, because after what he did to Joanna, how can anyone trust him? It's not legal to start a Kenshi stream. It's like 4 o'clock for me. How is that early? You're about the same time as me, are you not, Alpha? You're like maybe an hour ahead, an hour later, I'm not sure, but one of them. Just lazy man. Right, why is that taking so goddamn long to build? You have work. Yeah, watching the snap. Yeah, the building. If it was a wee, like you can't free place it as well. That's the annoying part. Yeah, you have to clear what can hardly be considered evidence of. Indeed. Adopt the battle royale mode of killing your friends. I mean, no. I killed Joanna. I mean, I honestly don't think Joanna was going to kill you. There's a bunch of dead crabs here for you, Alpha. Bloody bastards kept on trying to eat me. Right. Oh, crap. Can't go over there. You know what? I don't like this either. That's just terrible looking. It just looks god awful. Get rid of all of this. Then attach these, because that'll make it look a wee bit nicer. Huge walls, indeed. Yeah, man, I hate the crabs. The crabs are so annoying, and they spawn so bloody much. They just keep on coming. They're relentless. Right, that's gonna look messy. I don't like that. So, has that got a turn in it? Yes, it does. That's probably why it's not straight for me. There we go. Put it up here. Man, that's so much wasted building materials. Fuck it. Then put this. Get that maybe. Then attach it to maybe here. Come on, see you snap, there we go. And is that covered so it doesn't have any gaps? It is so. Oh my god, my eyes. And then I'll just have turrets there that can shoot down. Easy peasy. That looks a lot better. I like how it's like this is a wee path for it as well. I'm not trying to convince you that my murder was justified, I'm just trying to convince you that murder is justified. Conflict was not inevitable. It depends. If depends on where your expansion after Japan was. You could have split Japan in half. you're a pirate anyway. You're not going to be forming Japan, so you don't need to form Japan. So just let her be Japan and you do your own thing. You could have made that work. I'm almost convinced. Don't get me wrong, I will concede to this. Murdering her was the smart idea. I'll give you that. But it wasn't the right one. Like, for instance, murdering me or murdering Irkrin would by far be the smartest idea for us two on the Isles. But having that other person who's kind of tied, his success is tied to me now, and my success isn't so much tied to him, but I mean, it still helps. You know? Like, I've got invested interest on him succeeding now. And I kind of like that. Because as much as I would just like to go murder hobo and kill people, being able to kind of get through it as a, like, you know, go from the start to the end with someone who I've never met, who I'd literally just started talking to, that MP, and, you know, get that kind of thing to go all the way through, that's pretty awesome. And plus, historically for me, having an Ireland player as a Scottish ally, it makes me happy, because it's perfect. Not in the 5 years, no. I think it was like 10 years before they declared. But they want Calais. They go to war with you for Calais, which means when they do that, a lot of other smaller ones jump on you because you're not very well liked for being a Protestant. So they do, I swear to you, they do try to kill you, France. They're not a big fan at the beginning because of your being a Protestant and having Calais. They take it off you, which weakens you fairly substantially, and all the ones that are coalitioned you, they had actually already fired. Because all it takes for that coalition to fire is for me to unally you at the beginning. Because in my test, when I did the MP, unallied you to see how much I would get from raiding you, out of curiosity, and it's about 200. For being an ass, you can say that, young. But yeah, I get 200 from raiding you if I was to drop the alliance. You know, so every 10 years, clearly you should be giving me 200 ducats. You know, if we're going by how Hoovy thinks, so that's a smart one. Then backdate it, obviously, so you owe me, how many 10 years has it been? I never got off my feet till like 70, so it's been about 50, so about 1,000. No, I'm taking the piss, Hoovy, and saying that's how you think. Or how you fought, because, you know, apparently, you know, you're a changed man. You're looking out for your allies now. And I really hope that's true. What have I planned out for this place? That's the entrance. I'm going to have like food. This wall here is going to get torn down once the outer wall's done, because you'll need one. And having like multiple layers like this really messes up with the AI pathing like really badly. They do not like it whatsoever. So I'm going to tear down this wall to make this one over here, probably the outer one in the watchtowery bit. Over here is going to be farm, like all around this actually is going to be farm. That's going to be the main farm bit. That's going to be like your power generation and whatever, and then I'm going to have some like smithing and stuff, because we might actually lose people. I really don't know that I believe you, which is I won't turn over that, which is not selling, but the coalition dissolved within 3 years. I mean I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm going to be a better ally, and then, yeah, I don't believe you. Like, at any point have I betrayed or asked anything of my allies that I haven't given them back? I've repaid every last thing that anyone's asked of me, and I've went above and beyond for repaying my allies off for stuff that they've given me that they never asked for back, specifically because they didn't. Possibly. It might have just been the fact that the coalition, it only fired because I had unallied you to raid you. That's the only reason it fired. Because man, I'd been wondering that since the very beginning of the game. How much would I get for raiding him? Giving off your own back without anyone asking you is amazing for earning you goodwill. Oh, you can't join because of the time zones? That sucks. I mean, I never got to sleep till like 5 or 6 in the morning because of the first MP. Because it was perfectly timed for me moving into my house. That was rough, having to build up my bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was so goddamn tired. I just wanted to sleep. Wait, that's saying it's Furkatraz as well? Is that going to be nowhere as well? No. Furkatraz must have a pretty big goddamn radius now, by the looks of it. Come on, get them all, pick them all up. Awful sleep schedules. A bummer. I mean, one way to fix it. Another thing that happened in mine was the Council of Trent decided that it wanted to be hostile towards the Protestants, which gave another -50 modifier. Because I mean, you're already -60 Hoovy, and you've got something like 70 improved or 60 improved relationship already with them. Because you going to war with France right now is not good for us as a team. So and when I booted up Massive to check out Scotland, I seen it and I'm like, that's not good. I don't want to be fighting France because I get dragged in because of Hoovy. So I was looking at ways to help you possibly avoid it, and I could not find any at the time. I wasn't too focused on it. I was still very much focused on where I was going after it. I had 0 improved relationship with them. That was maybe like, are you talking about now? 5 years in? In Massive, you were like 60 improved relationships with them. Why did that one all build up at once and that one build by itself? Not at the very start. Possibly. But I mean, I've played a Scotland game. Like I've got like 2,500 hours, in just Scotland games in EU4, right? So, I've played that area a lot. And one of my biggest problems has been France trying to kill me because I went Protestant. Even though I was already allied to them, the moment I hit the border with them, they just started to get really pissy. When I had took Dutch land, they just really hate, because they're almost always Catholic unless there's something that happens outside the kind of normal luck that puts them into being Protestant. they're almost always Catholic. And if you go Protestant on their border, you get a lot of minuses and negative modifiers to being their friend. They just hate it, and it's never good. It almost always ends up with them randomly rivaling me, even though I've got 80 bloody trust with them. The moment I'm big enough for them to rival. Spain-France alliance. Actually, France declares war on Spain on a lot of my tests, which I use to then jump into Castile, because that's where I want to expand next. Castile and Sweden, Norway. Those are my 2 expansion routes. Yeah, the Council of Trent is really rough on relationships, especially with France. What do you mean, make France stronger in the process? The Council of Trent? Or the Spanish-French alliance? Because I make it so that France can't get any of Castile to cut them off. I go for Navarra and the other one there to cut them off from actually being able to take land and keep them nice and weak. Because that's what I'd hoped for you to do at the beginning. No, jumping against Spain or France, no. No, I do. It's a separate war. I go to war with Spain when France does it as well, but I take the ones to cut off, so they don't actually end up taking anything in the peace deal. And then I use that to go against the rest of Castile later on. Because cutting them off early because them having all of Castile is really bad for us. Because of the way AI works, they'll be able to out expand us, even though there's like 3 of us. Because you're kind of stuck. You're mostly really slow expansion because of HRE. Right, bread basket. Dunk. Food storage. Bunch of them. Don't want flower storage in here. Maybe I do. In fact, no, I don't want it down there. Can't have it outside either. But the grinder for the flour is going to be outside, so I want it fairly close. Get the landing routes, if you recall, a separate nation gave them all clothes back. Oh yeah, that one wasn't your fault. That was 100% in Castile. The bloody idiots. Castile went to war with England and gave France all back the Norman lands, which was just so stupid. And they took one for themselves. They took one province and gave everything else to bloody France. And they weren't even allied with France. They didn't even call France in. It was literally just return calls. So goddamn infuriating. Green fruit. We do a meat here as well. Don't need that one as much. Rice weed. Need to move that in the water as well. What time we get? We're up at 4:45. I'm glad I'm streaming again too. I've really missed it. I hated not being able to stream. My big sisters are, because I kind of said to myself, right, I'm gonna stop streaming while I get stuff ready to go to my new house, and that happened, and it just ended up being like put back again and again and again, and it was like, what a stream. It was only supposed to be like a week I was going to stop streaming, and it was like closer to a month mostly. Right, so wheat. Oh no, I need actual wheat. It's wheat straw. There we go. Storage for wheat straw. Can it be placed outside? It can, that's perfect. Get 2 of them there. And that looks like it. For that at least. Now food. Get the automatic grain silo. That there. Bread oven. Can I go outside? I can. Do I want it outside? No, I don't want it outside actually. I'll do it. No. The wheat's going to it's going to be there. So plop that there. And cooking stove, get 2 of them. So there we go. Know this feeling. Good morning, ICPT, and thank you. That's very nice. I don't get compliments often, you know, especially not in this goddamn community. I also don't give them often, so that's fair enough. What's in here? All the electrical components. That's what's. Right. So is this still part of nowhere? It is part of nowhere. That's still part of nowhere. I wonder how this is looking for the right. So that's the radius now. It's massive, but it's still not including this. So I might just pretty sure I can move that. Where is it? All the way down here. It should be. Don't know if it's your outposts or Furcatraz. Look for Furcatraz first. That'll be my outpost. Is that getting that as well? Come on, ton. There we go. It's getting most of it. Could probably go a wee bit further that way. Ah well, that's close enough. And then fix stuff, just make sure. Now, is that mine? It is! We've fixed it, there we go. I'm so sweet, it doesn't make sense. I'm pretty mistreated, you know? It's a shame. Shame for me. Feel pity. I'm always put down, you know? I'm always so nice to everyone else. Never bully. Wait, no, that's not right. Right, what's that? Iron plate. Iron plate is building material for all of them. Why is it not? Oh, that's because I removed the engineer job problem. There we go. Rightfully oppressed, you mean? Ah, imagine being abused by JJ mods. JJ mods are the worst though. They're just the worst. Let's be honest. Right. Walls, ramp, so I can actually get up, just in case I need to get up there at any point, and just for good sense. There we go. So now we have a base that doesn't look like a penis for once, and the game crashes. That is some hilarious timing. I can't remember last time it saved either. It really didn't like the fact that our base was not shaped like a penis. It really does not like it. Fan of gaming. Yeah. I love the background images. Did it just crash straight away? Oh no, I think I pressed escape just as it got into the game. It doesn't look like shit. Possibly, yeah. The background image, I don't think I'll ever change that. I might change the icons to be the proper ones, but I don't think the overall image itself will ever be changed. Unless something really good comes up, but I can't see that happening. How can you better than the time I smited the evil Jake in his terrible challenge? Man, watching him do all these weekly one shots and thinking to myself, like, you know, I could just better. Oh man, I have to do all that again. Ah, Jesus. That'll probably take about 15 minutes, which will take us up to the time for JJ. I'm assuming JJ still plans to stream at the turn of the hour. Am I right, JJ? Hey, no, don't say that. I mean, you said I'm not going to stream today, yesterday, because you planned to stream today and you didn't, and you only wanted to have one of them. Because that's the whole reason I picked this time. I'm like, right, I'll finish so I can find into. Well, you just have to wait then, don't you? You just have to wait and play something else. You've got the quest to do. So you kinda need to keep your word, buddy. You promised. The promise must be delivered. Imagine for a DJ stream. You have 9 minutes. Yep. Call an hour? Jesus Christ. You know, depends on how many times this thing dies on me. Bread basket. Oh, wee bread basket. Put the bread up there. What's the food storage? Oh, it's a food store. Yeah, it's the right one. 3, 4 for good measure. Flour storage next to the bread place. You have streams to catch up on. I mean, I don't plan to do all the streaming I missed in a single day. I probably will stream again later tonight as well after. Yeah, but I like to have wee breaks. I don't like to go for like 6+ hours every time. I've had a couple like 4-hour ones. But I mean, there's been nothing that's pushed me to go for longer than that. If I was doing like a Bioshock and it was a reasonable time I started, yeah, I would go for the full time for that, 100%. I would easily do a 12 hour stream. Like, nah, I don't mind. 1, 2, 3. I've got green fruit. I feel like I'm missing one. Meat. That was it. 2 of them. Then, what else was I missing for this? I feel like I'm missing something, but fuck it. Then, save the furry utopia. Man, imagine not having good internet, so you can't download 100 gigabytes in like 3 minutes. Don't you know? Save successfully. Right, fuck, I thought it was a game crash. Right, where's Bleak? My actual builder. You're limited by your hard drive? You've got a bigger hard drive than that, surely. Right, sweet. Fractures. No, not literally 3 minutes, but like when I got my internet here, I made sure it was like decent. So like gigabytes go down in literally a matter of seconds, which is super nice. Going from my sister's god awful internet to good internet here. Oh, it's lovely. And no screaming child every time it cuts out. 40 megabytes per second is fine. That's pretty nice. I think mine's is 100 maybe. Which, you know, that's pretty nice. It didn't cost much more to get the higher ones, but there was absolutely no need for it. It would just have been, you know, kinda a waste. And I'm not flush with cash right now. Being at college, it's not exactly like you're loaded when you're at college. So it would just be highly irresponsible to have any more than that. Right. I want you to be always cooking. What can you always cook? Gohans. There. And this one, always cook I like the one that mixes the two of them. So the Gohan's rice, wheat and grapefruit. So the other one's cactus I need. What's the base one for cactus? Is that a dust switch? I think it is that. Yes it is. And repeat. Dark Zimmer. I'm a kind of late 20s. Why? How old do I sound? Because I get wildly different answers to that fairly often. I also get told I sound Indian, like I don't mean like, well, you know, the very obvious Indian, which absolutely baffles me. 27. Fairly close. 28. 29 this year. At the end of this year. Yeah, fairly young. Although I've had the nickname Young for, at this point now, 16 years. Which is more years than the age I was when I got it, so I feel like it doesn't really apply anymore. Right, Cook, why are you running so far away for all that? Oh, right, it's because water storage all the way over there. That'll be in farming. Water tank, get some water here from. And some better wells. Don't have great water, even though we're right next to water, which is, yeah, I'm fairly established in Young now. In fact, Dark Young is fairly established, more so than just Young now, which is an absolute pain. Dark is just, you know, a word that I put in front of my actual nickname, which was Young, because because Young by itself was always taken, and for some reason the edgelords that picked Young never went for Dark in front of it. Punished Young. I mean, I'm never punished. I'm more the punisher. Like I never agree to play stuff that I don't like. That's the reason I've never put a 25,000 reward to play 2 hours of a game, because I'm not stupid. I don't want to play 2 hours of a game I don't want to play. I like playing games that I'm, you know, like I've done my time with Mario, and as much as I hated Mario, that was 100% my decision to go for it. Yeah, for all Jake might think, oh, I baited him into doing it, you know, like I kind of wanted to do Mario, because I always remember my big sister playing it, and for all I really didn't enjoy it when I was there, I'm like, you know what, I wonder how good I'm at a game that I don't like, and actually being able to see it through with an ego. Yeah, I mean, most times I put myself down for a challenge, I come out it with an ego boost, because for some reason I just win. I can't explain it. It just happens. I don't consider myself amazing as much as I might pretend I go on like that. The taking the piss with the Super Mario Champion, and then always having brackets like blind, because look at my time and compare it to any of the non-blind people who actually know what they were doing. It's god awful. It's just terrible. But you know, history is written by the victors, so they're all losers except from the person who came first in their one. So, and that person isn't shouting, I'm a champion, you're not a champion. So, you know, until that happens, I get to still shout it. As for the Kingdom Rush one, I was really surprised. I had just played it to play it, because I'd always liked the look of Kingdom Rushes, or the tower defences. I was never really, you know, fan of playing them though, because it was, you know, there's no economy. That's the thing that always bugged me. There was no economy, so you can't really, you know, build up your wee town while you have the tower defence thing as well. It was just, you know, boring waiting for them to come slowly plodding along. That was the only real problem I had with Kingdom Rush as well. It was very slow at parts when you had it very much in the bag the next wave. Kaiser adds you into the game. We have a couple that still need name, I believe. Where are they? Or did I name them all? Or did they die? They might have died. Oh no, we do. We've got Jakku, Thumper and Kenshi. So we've got 3 normal humans, unless you want a different race. You can have any of the races. If you don't know the races, just let me know. Skeleton. That's good. I always like having a few extra skellies, because skellies will always be safe at the base. They're always pretty much going to be base defence. That's why most of these ones are just called guards, because these ones are just always going to be on the base defence. But the other ones, like the actual named ones, like I've tried to do other things with them, so they're not just, you know, sitting in base or sitting on the don't you crash? Oh, it crashed again. Maybe it's the ramps that's crashing it. Ooh, that's a bit of a pain. I am using a few mods. None that really add a lot of stuff for the likes of like base stuff. It's mostly difficulty ones, and the odd one that adds like the odd armor set or NPCs. There's a lot of bandit ones that have been added, like bandit expansions as well. There's like a huge list of, I can't really go through all of them, but there's a lot. There's I had found one for increasing how hard the cannibals were, basically buffing them, and then I just went a wee bit harder on it and buffed them a wee bit more. I need one there, at the very least. Don't crash, that's all we need. That's fine, perfect. There we go. And when I buffed up the cannibals, I basically buffed up all the other enemies in the game, like the reavers and all that kind of stuff. Like the starving hungry peasants are like roughly where dust bandits would be in skill, and the dust bandits are roughly where the next kind of guys would be in terms of skill as well, because it was just a wee bit too easy for me before. I like getting really my head shoved in the dirt, nice and brutal wise, because no one likes a stomp. We are very we're fairly far in now, so a lot of our stuff, a lot of our guys are mostly trained up, and they've got good armour. That's one of the modded armours as well. The guy that made it, I think he did a really good job in it, so I love that one. It just looks so much nicer as well. I love taking games that are hard and making them harder. Long War, yeah, XCOM. I love the XCOM Long War. It's one of my favourite mods. It's one of my favourite games. Autosave. I'm really bad for remembering to save though, so the autosaves, they sure help when it does eventually crash. Evening, you're still trying to remember what time zone you are with all the different people. No painting today, or you plan to do that later? Oh man. I mean, there's so much to do in remembering this game. Imagine if you didn't have autosaves and trying to remember to manually save. That must be absolutely crazy. Same one as you dummy. You know, sometimes, it must just be that my brain has managed to expel the thought that you are in the same region as me. Anything that you're similar to me in any way, just, it disgusts me. So, need to phase that out of my brain. What do you plan to stream? Any Total War? Are you still specifically not doing it just to spite me at this point, I'm guessing? Because I really loved that Total War stream that you did with Grom the Paunch when it first came out. Then you never done anything like it again. The possibility of more Urango McBain, that makes me happy. There was a big smile that just came in my face there. See the moment I looked down at my phone, seen Sims 3. I mean, Sims 3 isn't the URBs, but I mean, for me, it was the last fairly good Sims game. I didn't enjoy 4. I think 4's the one with all the microtransactions and all that crap, if I'm remembering right. And I just didn't enjoy that. Stream better not be stuttering. It says it's not a single. Yeah, thank fuck, it's you. It's not me. Oh, that's nice. See opening that. See opening up Streamlabs and it having 0% drop frames. That is nice. Yeah, Sims 4 is crap. I'm planning streaming that just so I can complain a bit. Complaining is basically 90% of a Euristo stream, so that is somewhat fitting. Oh yeah, I mean, is that not one of the ones where you have to kind of launch it from their launcher as well? I remember there was one of them that did that. Like, and it's just so annoying. Sims 1 was, honest to God, one of my favourite games. I even went back and played it over and over after Sims 2 came out, just because I still love Sims 1 so goddamn much. It was just so much better for me, honestly. Right, I need to. Where is the base located? It's on here. The kind of non-allocated islands. It's the one that you'll occasionally get like acid rain and stuff over here. But it's fairly safe. It's far enough that I'll have plenty of time to prepare if any of the guys come for me. Because I plan, the end game goals for this is kill the Holy Nation because they're a bunch of racists, and kill the United Cities because they're a bunch of slavers and kind of racists. Streamed it once. Remember how to acquire it as a thing. Yeah, I did, believe it or not, Star Wars themed expansion to Sims 4. I remember, I think it was you that was saying that roughly about the time you were doing one of the other Sims streams. Oh, yeah, you're new. What parts have you played in? I take it you would have started probably the same place that I started round about the hub and Squin and that kind of area. I think you're already in the game. Yeah, you're already here. You didn't die. Which is surprising because you're useless. You're actually really bad. Like, you're genuinely absolute trash. That's why you're just in fighters and not an elite. Oh no, it's just been a while since I've been able to stream with the moving house and that. So yeah, you're definitely still alive. I need to remember to add Kaiser in. I'll make a wee note because finding skeletons are an absolute pain. So if I just get someone to send me a message, the hub for my first playthrough, but I built a base too early. Yeah, oh man, you don't want to build bases until you're fairly well set up. I built one a little bit earlier than I should have, and it was. I've got all my streams of this up on YouTube. There's a link down below, and like for the first, for most of the entire game that I've done is been defending that base because I did it so early. And I'm wandering the desert with your dog avoiding the slavers. Yeah. Being nomad or setting up in an already established town is definitely the way to go. Even see once you're experienced at the game, honestly you could destroy most of the things in this map while just having a base in at Squin and just building out of that base, or building out the buildings you get in there. Vein, right where the river cuts to the ocean. Like here? I actually don't think I've ever been to that wee bit. That would be a quite nice little area. My favourite base location. So for a quiet base, this is it. I like to build here because see here, it's such a nice. I can make a nice looking base here. Normally I'd have this is the kind of people that are in charge of the base. This is where I put them. And then there's a gate here, and then it goes into the rest of the base. There's an industry bit there. I usually have the farming over here. have like the base defence here, and then there's like a militia base here where all the people train up, so the training people are ready to go straight to defend the base. Then I would have this, and then I actually build a second base, and it's over here, and it's like another one. So there's like a wall that goes along that water, and then makes it into this bit of like an extra kind of extended airlock bit. So they have to go up here, and that's where the first gate is, and then they go through here. There's like another gate here, then there's another gate here, another gate here, and then another gate here, and it just looks so nice. But the pathing is so screwed up because of how many gates there are. You don't ever want to have more than just 2. Like, see when I deleted that one, see if I didn't, people would starve because they wouldn't know to go through the gate to go get the food. It's so annoying. I love training up in against beak things. There's a few places down here that have got a lot of beak things as well. The unwanted zone, and what's the other one? Gut. But man, I just love I love fighting cannibals. There's a bunch of stuff round about here where you can get like a valley that's got 2 mountains either side of it where you could put your defences, and it's just great to defend. And it's constant because if one of your guys get down, the cannibals just absolutely rush you because they want to kill you and take your wee guy into their thing to eat them. The hidden forest is nice, but not sure how building there is. Oh, it's not great. I'm pretty sure that's where the what is the hidden forest? Not the burning forest. The hidden forest. Do you mean the shrieking forest? Pretty sure there's only the bottom burning and the thingy one. The burning and the shrieking one. It's north by the Cannibal Plains. Oh, that one? Oh yeah, that's not great for, I think it's fertility. It was really bad there for me. And there's a lot of cannibals, and I don't think it's great for setting up places for like kill boxes for them as well. It's telling you just not to play Vermintide. Clearly, JJ. Clearly. Right, is he not making anything, or did it crash after I had set it up? It did, it crashed after I set it up, so get to making Gohan on repeat, because there's always going to be Gohan. What are we looking at for in here? We're nearly out of food, so thank fuck I noticed. I'm just waiting on all that stuff building. There probably is. I've never played Vermintide, no. It's one of the few Warhammer games at this point that I haven't played. It seems like a kind of basically a Warhammer Left 4 Dead, which is pretty cool. But I think it was just too expensive when I looked at it to buy it. So that's what put me off it. That's almost exactly what it is. I mean, I was interested. It's just, you know, too expensive. Just I can't justify buying that. Can't justify buying anything at the moment. For now, I was looking at jobs and stuff because having a house and not having a job is just, you know, stupid. I like to be able to do whatever the hell I want with my money, and right now I'm not able to do that, and I hate that. So I need to fix that, and getting a crappy job while I'm at college is definitely the way to do that. 40k version of Vermintide would be pretty cool as well. Right. What's your ETA on your stream then, JJ? Is that just normal stuff? It is, so... Oh, that's what I was going to do with this one. I was going to make it a... What's it called? A research bit. 40k Vermintide kind of type. That would be pretty cool. Don't know a lot about 40k. I know a little, but I mean, knowing a little can be, you know, a rather large amount to nothing, because there's just so much lore and so much stuff to do with 40k that, you know, you need like a PhD to have most of the knowledge of it at this point. All you need to know is shoulder pads. Yeah, they've been doing it for absolutely ages. Oh yeah, I was looking at that one as well. I seen the demo, was it, that they were doing for it? With I think they had got a bunch of kind of bigger streamers and stuff to run through a little bit of the first bit. And it looked not bad. Didn't look like crazy or anything, but it looked not bad. There was some things that was, you know, maybe like, hope they don't do that. Hope they try to stay a wee bit more faithful to what like Left 4 Dead was actually like. With important character names like Lionel Johnson and Ferris Manus, the Iron Hands. That's what I liked about Vermintide. The lore didn't matter anymore because of the apocalypse. Why is that not finished? Oh, he's actually building it. I'm like, he's just looking at it. You know what they say about 40k? It's really simple, easy to understand. Right, I'm going to save again, just in case. The Furry Utopia. How much money do I have? 40,000. That's not bad. Right, I'm trying to think how... Why have I got a farmer mining? Watch him have let all that stuff die constantly because he was too busy doing that over there. Right, that's good. They're failing because there's basically nowhere to put them, which means I'm cooking them quicker than they can be thingied. There's nowhere to put it though. Is he still putting it in there? Yeah, he is. Ah, and it's actually getting stocked up. Thank God for that. Right, give me a second, let me have a wee look at that. That's how I get most of my copper. There's an iron one here as well. The copper one is a really low quality. I think it's like 50 or something, 60? Yeah, 50, 55. And there's only one space, so it comes in really slowly from that. But luckily you don't need a lot of copper. You only need copper for electrics. Yeah, for the electrical things here. Yeah, electrical components, which I have pretty much mostly what I need, honestly. I think I've got a chest down here that's got 25 of them, yeah. And my wee guy is always pretty much building them. Oh, that reminds me, that's something I need. I need light. Lights. Spotlight. Put one there. Put one there. Just gotta like spotlights. And one there. One there. It's probably not going to work. Probably not even going to cover what I need them to cover. But I just like having them. Oh, apologies. My sister messaging me. She's apparently she's missing me. There's no one to control the screaming hordes. Taking balance here on. My research when I did all that stuff was really really, really dodgy, because I don't buy books. All the books I've got in this are from finding them. So almost every library in this map is picked clean. That's when we went over to the Lost Library, we went that way so we could get there. There was some more armories and stuff that gave us some stuff. I think we got one here, around about here. I think I went to get one here and then we got our ass kicked and I had to run away. Same with Vane as well. There's a library there. I got all the ones down at the very southwest as well. I got all these libraries because I needed the books. I did not tell my sister to get this. She didn't even buy a flail for me leaving or nothing. That's terrible. But yeah, warriors don't read books. But I do. And I'm the best warrior. So that might be wrong. Which is sad. Saying someone who's basically just in their 60s for attack and defence, the best fighter, it's not great. It's really not great. It should be a lot higher than that. Yeah. Everyone else is in the 50s and the elites. You should have really strong people by now this far in, but because of how often we were getting our ass kicked and how many people I had to have running about and whatever, I mean, you just kept on getting your ass kicked every fight you went into, Hoovy. I mean, you're a really great labourer, even though you really shouldn't be a labourer. You've got a minus 20% reduction in your labouring, but you're one of the best labourers. In fact, let me see. Yeah, ICPT is the best labourer, and then you've got this one who's been like from the beginning. But other than that, you're better than him. You're not better than him. Not better than him. Or him. Better than him. So yeah, you're really up there, and they get a bonus to the labouring as well. So they get a 20% bonus. So there's a 40% difference in how fast you and them level up, and you're about the same as them. While others were building bases, you were studying the katana. Yeah. You know, done. Got a big massive generator thing here, so even though we don't get a lot of power, when we do get the power, it doesn't go to waste and it gets saved up. 15. I think that's the lowest I think I've ever seen one of them go. I mean, look at how little they've got. Jesus, nothing. We probably need another cook by the looks of it, honestly. I can't think who we could put to do it. We would probably need to buy another cook. Or maybe we could get one of the Skellies to do it. No, we kind of want the Skellies for the base defence. It's really important to get the ability to defend the base. Walls. No, it's defence up here. We still have the very basic crossbows as well. God, they're so bad. Right, I really need to up my production of stone. That's a stone processor 2. Where is research? Let me see research. Industry. I need 5 books for that. Oh wait, stone refinery upgrade. So this one. So 4. I need 4. 4 books, and I think I do have 4 books. Oh, but wait. Oh, where's the tech there is? More importantly, I need better crossbows. I can go straight to the prototype ones, because that's advanced books. Oh, I don't think I've got many of them either. I don't have much in the way of... It's fairly expensive to research the new crossbows, considering I don't have any books in at this point. Most of them are used up now, which is kind of rough. That was one of the things that added to the challenge of the game, the fact that I had to really think about beforehand what I wanted to research, rather than just research everything and have everything available to me, because that's just too easy. That's just, what's the fun in that? That's crap. Right, we'll place that. A house here. This will be the research house. Now, where is... Do we have any built? No, we really don't. Has he built that yet? What does it take? Iron plates and them. What's he building right now? He's building this one of them. Oh, that's another thing I need to build. Where is it? Torch. Just get a flaming stick and stick it next to him. Stick one there. And that's perfect. I don't even know who's putting that in there. Oh no, that one will already be in there. Oh no, it'll be the wheat straw that someone's put in there that's been farmed that there's not enough room for. Where's the wheat straw one? Yeah. When they've been farming that and it hits 20, they're taking some of it out. While he's waiting, what he can do is he can hollow that over there. So he takes that away. And does he put any wheat straw into the automatic one now? He does. Right, so that's properly done. But look how quickly it gets through it. For that you need a big backpack. Who has a backpack of the farmers? Did I give? I did give one to someone. Who did I just get to do that actually? The very last farmer. Right, so give that to him. And now, what's he doing? He's grabbing water. Oh, he's kind of stuck in a loop. What the hell's going on there? Oh, because he's already got the haul into water tank higher. There we go. And then everybody's running about getting all the stuff done. Whereas Bleak, because I want to see how well these are. Hope they're going to cover everything. I'll need, not them, these. Get that bit, that many, and a bunch of these. And then it'll probably say I can't do it unless I go right under it manually and get it that way. Otherwise I'd need to have access to the top of it, I think. There we go. Now we won't see until tonight if it actually works or not. Oh, stop half building it. There's plenty of materials for it. Running away. And where was the other ones? I think I had one over here, didn't I? Oh, he's already built that one. What about this one? Not quite yet. Yeah, because he can't do it on the automatic one to get bits that are on the side of the walls. You have to have access to the walls for him to automatically do it, but you can get the reach if you're directly under it. Over here, he could automatically do that one here because it wasn't. You didn't need access to a wall to get it. And I'm scared to put any more ramps to the walls in case I break the game again. Because it can't be a Kenshi base without breaking. I'm thinking... I don't think I've looted that for the special weapon yet. Kinda interested in doing that. I really want the extra weapon. I think only Magi and who else? I give it to Fan of Gaming, the other one. And was it Andarius? Yeah, and Darius got the really good saber as well. Which is kind of rough because he was really shit at sabers at the time. But he's better now, much better now. So how was that for wheat straw? Wait, what? Oh, who's making the bread? I don't have anyone designated to make that bread. Or are they just storing it? Oh, I think they just stored it there because it was done before the storage. That makes sense. Which sometimes this game just does not. It's a bit strange that way. There we go. I think the only bottleneck I've got is this at this point. How much of the house is done? 5. Yeah, I've got enough people that I'm probably just going to build another one of these, even though it's a waste. Because I'm not waiting forever for this crap. Just put another one like here. And then it's just iron plates, isn't it? Yeah. Then just get him to grab. Well, he's already got a bunch of iron plates. There's a bunch more. So that's what, 9, and you'll need 7. But who the hell am I going to get to work it? I know who can work it. Where are you there? Hoovie, Joanna. I know just a job for you guys. Only needs 2, doesn't it? Yeah. You know, think about it like this, Hoovie. It's just going to make you stronger. What kind of rain is that? Is that acid rain? I think the only person that can get burnt by the acid rain is the cook, and he's inside. Yeah, it's acid rain. He's going down. Is it? He's only out for a tiny wee bit, so it's not really affecting him. Now, what is he going and grabbing that offer there for? Right, because he's no. He must not have any stored in any of these, so he has to run outside to get it. Which I really should fix. Once Bleak is done with his building of this, I'll get him to move all the cactus into the one inside and make it so that's the only storage. But there's a good chance I'm going to have to expand these farms as well, because I don't think there's going to be enough by the end up. Yeah, get him to put this back. Get him to put this back. Get him to put. Man, that's so like camouflaged into that ground there. Get him to put. Oh no, there's no more room. Oh well, look at that. How much is this gonna take? Almost all of it. Perfect. And I'm actually gonna build another 2 cactus ones. Farming. Extra large cactus. Right here and here. Which should be pretty much all of the cactus used up at this point. I think each one of them's 40, maybe 60? 40, yeah. And luckily they build much quicker. Don't you dare start adding one at a time. You can add like 40 at a time. It's completely random. Sometimes you just add a wee dot, and then it adds 5. Come on, add like 20. Come on, you're killing me, man. This is JJ and Baron level of incompetence right now. Like, come on, man, you can do it quicker than that. There we go. That was what, 6? 8? There we go, another 6, perfect. One at a time, Jesus Christ. Why does he hate me? One at a time is optimal. Adding all of it means that he doesn't need, every time he stops to add more, that bar is what it's costing us, which is about, what, 2 seconds? Which is, 2 seconds is nothing, but when it's 2 seconds times like 40, that's a lot of seconds. Come on. So I'll make sure he picks up all the rest of the cactus from that. And so that all the cactus and the rest of it goes into there from now on. So now, where was one of the cactus ones? Is that that? No, that's riceweed. That's cactus. There we go. Oh, so he does have cactus in there. absolute tits. Which is the worst place to have the pain. Look at that, perfect. It's almost like I planned that. I did not plan that. Dismantle, and now I get a lot of material back, which I need. Right, I definitely need more of them. That's 100% what I'm aiming for, self-sufficient. It's really easy to do self-sufficient. And we 100% will have a self-sufficient one. Another 2 of these will be good. In fact, no. Another 4. Because it's mostly going to be Gohan that we have, which needs rice weed and it needs veg. And we will start to run low on rice weed. Now, dust switch, repeat queue, whereas cook, I am going to swap over what he's to focus on. So now he's going to do the, oh no wait, not dust switch, not dust switch. What was it? Oh no, it was. I don't want that. I don't want anything that requires bread as well, just yet. Oh well, back to chew sticks. Chew sticks are terrible. Absolutely god awful. They're just such a waste. But I will need someone to be constantly making bread at this point. But unfortunately most of my people are good at other things and I don't really like them doing crappy cooking when I need them for fighters. Are they just taken out of that? Yeah. They're only going to have enough room to finish one of them, and I would very much appreciate it if it was the right one. So you get all of them and go finish that. Made 12, that is not 12 is it? 4 by 3, yes it is, it's perfectly 12. Easy peasy. And he's gonna fucking not add them all at once, because he hates me. God damn it, Taciturn. I expect that kind of laziness from Bleak, but not you. Right, you're a farmer, you're only in charge of 2, so you can also be in charge of that. 5. Being in charge of 5 is pretty much, you don't want to have too much more than that. What's this one? Automatic what? I've got no idea what that is. That could be really important, or it could be absolutely screwing them over. I've got no clue. I need more workers and farmers, God. Yeah, definitely need more vegetables. Those will start to really look kind of iffy. Rice weed, you can make hundreds of rice weed really quickly. But vegetables and well, mostly just vegetables are really slow, and then I think it's cactus that's the next slowest, and then it's rice weed, and then it's wheat straw. You can get loads of wheat because you get hundreds of the plants. You can get a lot of cactus as well, and a bunch of rice weed, but you get so little green fruit in comparison, which is rough. Hemp, I need to find a storage for my hemp as well. One of the big issues with doing anything to do with the bread though is you need big backpacks, because the parts for the straw flour and the wheat straw, they take up so much room. I think it's 5 by 5, yeah, 25 spaces in a backpack, as opposed to the 6 that a single rice weed will do. Just so much more efficient. Right, how are we doing for? Oh, I hate that. They do one at a time instead of just focusing on one first. Do that one. It's right there. We should have, oh there we go, we're getting the stuff. Mostly the thing is taking the time because he's having to run back for 2 at a time, because they only pick up 2 at a time. I think there was a bug that caused them to grab everything. It was just really unoptimal, so they limited it to 2 at a time so that they could actually, one person would take it and they wouldn't just grab the entire batch and then have no room in his backpack after that. But that should be it, mostly done. There we go, you put 4 in, there's another 6, 7 left after that. There's another 2. And does he have 2 there? Yes it does, perfect. So it's so much quicker with 2 now. And how long till they're ready to get reaped? Fairly soon. Is he bugged out again? He is, so why is he putting it back? Where's he going? He's hauling. What's he hauling to? He's hauling to put that in because he's got nothing else to do. But now he's got hundreds of water. God damn it. Put that extra water in there. So now he's got enough for 6 at a time. But now this should be full, so who's going to actually start chopping it up? You are. You should be doing it as well. There we go. So that's going to give me the green fruit, which means my builders are going to go grab it and put it onto those. Perfect. So I need to be really careful about making sure everything's assigned properly, because I've had so many people die because I've went about, started killing people, doing like my looting of the stuff, and came back and a bunch of my people are dead because one of the farmers got bugged out hauling water, for instance, and he wasn't farming, which meant the cook couldn't get the farm for the food, which just cascaded into people dying. Erkrin, right? Erkrin and Frozen Kaiser. Do you have a specific race you want to be? And if you don't know any of the races, would you like me to tell you them? You can also be a horrendous furry as well, but I will shame you. Oh, they kind of work. They kind of cover what I need them to cover. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And that covers the farms a wee bit. Not really babysitting. Sounds boring. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Skellies. They're great, and I admit they're probably the strongest of the races. But you know, being overpowered is boring. I'm sure there's people that disagree with that, but for me, being overpowered is boring as fuck. Yeah, having that not be an issue is super nice. I can see why you enjoy Skellies for that. Like that's a good reason. A lot of people like them because they're like super overpowered as melee fighters. And I just, not for me. Not a big fan of that. These are terrible light sources, but if your wee guys aren't working in light, they have a debuff to their skill. Like if I move him over here, no, he's still enough in the light. Trying to think of anyone who'll be working in darkness. There we go. I'm working in darkness, so there you go. 56% malice to my skill because I'm working in darkness. So my 76 skill in science has basically been reduced to less than half. Yeah, I always hated that as well, having to come back for food. But I mean, there's so many places that you can go and grab food from. Also, being able to just build wee campfires like that and pop them down. That's really nice. And then just kill like some beak things, take all their meat, and then cook it, and then that's you're kind of sorted. What's another thing I need to build? After that, I'll need that. Look at the size of it. Huge. It's huge. And what do I need 4? I need 1 more. So this. Yeah, I'll build this probably here. And that's probably it. Maybe build something else, but for the now, that's it. Oh, I do like a hiver group. I mean, they're terrible fighters. Even their warriors are terrible because they don't get certain armors and stuff. But I really like them. I don't know why. I think it's just because of Beep. Probably mostly just because of Beep. Beep's just the best. Look how buff he is. You see, he's so buff. He's making the armor look stupid with how strong he is. How long till you're ready, JJ? So I know when to start to wrap things up. Probably 10 or 20 more. Jesus Christ, this guy. Right, I need a wee bit more of this. And a few more of... Oh no, where did they go? There we go. I need to move that. That's terrible placement for that. I'm going to keep on losing it every 5 minutes. Well, they're not bad for spotlight. I do like the spotlight for the crossbow one as well. That's pretty cool. Yeah, except I'm needing to wrap up fairly soon because I need to go to the shop and get gas. I've been moved in since Friday and I've had no heating because a dog bit through the card that you use to top it up. My sister's dog, because it's an asshole. Which is a bit of a pain. And food would be nice. I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten today. What a dog, that's fucking an asshole dog. And that's not even the worst of the asshole dogs as well. It's the other one that's the real asshole. But he was trying to play and he was a wee bit overexcited when he was playing, and he was like kind of biting at my jeans, like kind of pulling me to get me to move with him, and he didn't realise, and he bit straight through my card that was in my pocket, which, you know, dogs sometimes they don't know their own strength, especially when they've not been trained all that well, so that when you do eventually have somebody that's playing with them, they're kind of iffy. It's one thing I don't miss, those goddamn dogs. I love dogs, but those dogs, they taste my patience. Just not good dogs. It's not even their fault. It's a shame. It's not their fault. It's just they've got owners that are just not great. The owners are terrible, and that sounds bad because it's my sister, but you know, that's what it is. She's just terrible. I was being in real life, but yeah, dogs are quite good in this as well. I don't like using them, not because I've got anything against them. It's because I don't like seeing them die. And if they go down, if they get knocked out, they can get skinned, I'm pretty sure, which kills them. And I don't like the idea of losing one of my one of my doggos to being skinned alive. My wee windmill houses. Right, what do I need for that? It's probably a bunch of these. You go in there and just build all of them on it. Tassa turn being slow as usual. Is he putting at least 4 of them in each time there? He's doing 4 at a time here. Why can't he do that with the bloody veg? Oh, yeah. I think I've save scummed once in this campaign, or maybe twice. Both times have been to save Beep. He's the exception to the no save scumming for me, because it's Beep. I'm not going to let Beep die. What kind of monster lets Beep die? Yeah. It's nice for killing anything that is difficult to kill, like beak things, for instance. If you get them unconscious, all you need to do is quickly remove their meat and you don't need to worry about them getting up, which is really nice. I've heard tales of the legendary Beep. Well, Beep here, Beep is the man. He is the hero of this story. For all I'm in it, and I'm stronger than him, barely, he is the hero. He's just the bomb. And what I've even done to him as well is he doesn't start off this big and tall looking, but I changed him. I went and I took him to the what's it called, the plastic surgeon, and once he was strong enough, I made him actually kind of, you know, bulked up and whatever. No, that's not something you want to have happen, JJ, because then the AI will use it on you. There is a mod for it, and it tells you the AI will use it on you. Part of this game is all about the fact that people don't, when they're pushed down, they don't just stay down, they get back up. And that's one of the kind of things that are really, you know, special about this. The fact that, you know, you're supposed to lose, you're supposed to get down. You're not supposed to be able to walk into the game at level 1 and win every fight. You're going to get your ass kicked, especially if you pick a bad fight. Not a true Scot if you save. Exactly. Like, you know, as much as Jake has as many faults, he rolls with the punches, and you have to roll with the punches. I've lost a lot of people in this game. A lot of people in this game, and I didn't save scum each time it happened. I just carried on. There was only one where I knew I was going to save scum before I did it, and it was taking on the big cunt, what's his name, the Bugmaster, because he just one-shots you. Yeah, I mean, that's the first thing I do in this game, and the first thing anyone should do is get their characters, as long as it's safe, and just run back and forward until they've got the ability to run faster than 23, I think it is. Because then you can pretty much outrun every non-beak thing enemy, and that's all that matters. You don't need to be a better fighter than everyone, you just need to be faster than everyone. That's all that matters. Power gaming this guy. I mean, the moment I get to 23, I'll do that, and then I'll immediately go start getting my ass kicked and picking fights that will get me knocked out, and having a wee guy in the area nearby that will just pick me up and heal me up, and then, you know, get my toughness. Because normally the first thing I try to level up is my toughness. I prefer my toughness to be high. There is also a exploit, well, not an exploit, it's kind of, it's part of the game, that if you've got a, let me find someone that's got a backpack, right. Now this person, Death's Head, he's not getting any training and strength by running about. Strength XP rate 0 because he's not over encumbered, but all we need to do is just put him so that his total weight is now nearly, well, over double, That's almost exactly over double, nearly. Yeah, pretty much. So now, when he runs, he's getting 120 experience, 120% experience strength XP, which is a 10 times mod I've got, so it should be that high. But then all you do is you just move the backpack into that bit there, and you see it's doubled because it no longer gets the 60% encumbrance reduction. So now he's up at 73, which is like over the maximum amount that you can get for just normally being over your strength kind of limit. But you can also increase that further by picking something up, which adds a little bit more thing. But look, it's doubled the strength XP because you're now carrying things as well. So now this should only be, I think it's 50, it's either 100 or 50 times the experience rate you're supposed to be getting. I've got a 10 times or 5 times mod installed. But now his strength flies up. He's already at 53, and by walking from one end of the base to the other, he'll go up another level. And it's really nice. And I usually do that with someone or most people at the beginning of a game, so they've got decent strength, just enough strength that they can always wear armour, basically, without being encumbered, so that they're not slow and they don't get caught. Because no one likes that. No one likes being caught by a bunch of angry things trying to kill you. On the bald eagle firework and focus a kilogram. A kilogram is a superior way to measure units. Most interesting part about fighting cannibals or foggies is the part where you have to take care of your scrubs and they'll get kidnapped and eaten. Yeah, we lost a couple of people too being kidnapped and eaten. I think it was Andarius that died. Was it Andarius? I think he was one of the ones that died because he got caught and he was so close to getting free every time, but they just kept on catching him after he ran away. Right, where are you trying to put that? Right, he's actually really hungry now because being over your encumbrance increases how fast you eat now, or how much you need to eat, or how badly you need to eat, I suppose. We need another iron storage, or I'm not going to be able to get all that off him. There we go, just block it in there. It's a lot of crap, but there we go. Taciton's done it. Is that up and running yet? It is, so that's perfect. So now, here's Taciton. You can be the one that does this. Rhythm Doctor, Vermintide 2 or Grim Dawn. Do Rhythm Doctor, because I need to go to the shop and I don't want to miss Vermintide 2 or Grim Dawn. Basically. I'm guessing by that you're just about ready to go. Wait 5 to get some food and then you're ready. Well, good news, Naffle, he's going to be doing all of those for the next 6 hours. Speaking of streaming, Hervey, do you have any plans to stream today? Maybe not today. Ah, that's a shame. I do enjoy a Hervey stream. I just love all streams, you know. I get so bored and it's just so nice to just watch someone else. Oh, that's something I was going to stream as well, actually. Monster Hunter. I got it. A very, very kind friend gifted it to me. Because they had seen, obviously I had said that I'd love to have played Monster Hunter World, but I couldn't afford it at the time. And they're like, oh, what's your Steam? And then they're like, oh, there you go, gifted you, fucker. Because they knew if they had said, oh, do you want me to get it? I'd have been like, no, like, it's okay, thank you. But no. So they did the old gift it to you so you can't say no, which was very much appreciated. And I have sunk many hours into it already because it's awesome. It's just such a good game. Yeah, I'm playing World just now. I think I forget where I'm at though. I think I've not long started killing the dragons. Where'd you get to after Andronath? I got quite far. I did the coral place. I did the place below the coral place, and then I think I'm on to the next one. But I've just been killing the dragons to get their equipment. I want to get all the different sets of armor first. So I've just went back and started like doing all the hunts for the Rathalos and Rathian. They're my favourite of the fights. They're really cool. I love them. I remember them from the very first Monster Hunter that I played, and they've always stuck with me as the Monster Hunter monsters. Basically, when I think of Monster Hunter, I think of those two. Yeah, I actually also switched out what weapon I was using. Originally I was using the weeb sword, the long sword, which I really like. It's a really good weapon. But I switched to like the bow, and I thought the bow, it's not going to be that good. The bow has been bloody awesome. Being able to whack them and quickly dodge out the way and hit them for range and no need to be right in at them. It's absolutely amazing. I did not expect it to be just such a ridiculously good weapon. Bow is fantastic, especially in one. Yeah, I was so surprised. I never expected it to be good. Never mind how good it was. I hated it when they turned into the zero frame. I have no idea what you're talking about there. Nearly got enough. A wee bit more. Need another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go, and then that'll be ready. Yeah, I never tried the bowgun. The bowgun seemed a little slow for me. I wasn't a fan of that. The bow is very good for being quick and being able to jump out the way and that. Yeah, I did notice that when I took them on. The bow was very useful for that. I didn't even. I was doing one of the hunts where you have to get the eggs from one of the layers. And instead I tried to do it sneaky with just grabbing it and plodding along, and they just kept on beelining straight for me every time too quickly. So I'm like, bugger, I'm gonna have to actually kill it. So I ended up having to proper fight it, even though I didn't want to. And it had handed me my ass many times when I was using the longsword, and then I did it first time with the bow without taking anything. Oh yeah, I know. The moment I pick it up, they head straight back to their nest, and I was just not able to get the distance between me and them in time to get back to the bit to plop it down. So I just had to fight it every time. But I think it also says when you're doing the thing that, or I think it's in one of the research bits that you've got for the Rathian, that it says that it'll hunt down anyone that touches its eggs, like to the ends of the earth or something. I don't think I've even got the. Oh no, I do have the camel mantle. But man, no, that's for pussies. Who wants to hide? I'd rather just fight it. I mean, it's Monster Hunter, not Monster Hider. Disguised as a black dragon ninja. From all the time they absolutely messed us up. There is a camp that's really close to it, but you can't crawl. If you're meaning the first level, or the first area, there's a camp right next to where you get the wyvern eggs, but you can't get to it because you can't crawl under the rock with the egg, which is a bit of a pain. I mean, it's still the camp I go to. It's just a longer way to do it. No, you still can. You still can. You just go down the slippery kind of ramp bit. Like say you're standing on a nest and you're looking at the waterfall that can break. You can go right underneath, which you can't because you've got the egg. Or you can go left, and then you just go left, go down there, and then I think you jump off and you land it a bit, and then you go towards where you originally would go to get to the original Camp 15, the first time when you're chasing the tail raiders or whatever they're called, and it'll take you there, no bother. It's real easy. Cook, why are you not cooking? It's literally your entire job. What are you waiting on? He's probably waiting green fruits and cactuses. Well, if you're not doing anything else, you can. Why are you running all the way over there? You need water for an oven? Like what? I suppose you have to kind of do it. No. Wait, what? No? Yeah, I suppose I. It's like making bread in real life. You're live? Well, off a black muted screen since I'm displaying capture. Right, well, that is a perfect time for me to wrap up. I've kind of been rambling on and thinking, waiting for JJ to come. I'll start the raid first. Raid. Is it actually raiding? Yes, it is. But thank you all for watching. It was nice to actually finally get back to Kenshi. I've missed it so goddamn much. And I will be back. It will be fairly frequent and fairly often again. Other than the odd bit of college I've got to do, it's mostly me sitting in the house doing nothing. So there's no reason not to stream. So I'll be back in the heavy streams again. But until then, I'm gonna leave you with JJ. I apologise. I should be putting anyone through JJ. I think he didn't say what he's doing, but I'm pretty sure it's Rhythm Doctor probably. So enjoy that and have a nice day. Thank you all for watching and goodbye.